Products like this one right here helped me sell over $400,000 in 1 month last year. And in this video, I'm going to be revealing my exact product research strategy so you can do the exact same thing. Not going to beat around the bush either. I want to get straight into the value for you guys today. I want to just quickly let you know what tools that you need to actually get started doing this sourcing method, and we'll jump straight into it here in just a second. So the first one is Keepa. This one's 20 bucks a month. This is a pretty much non-negotiable for any seller. The next one is SellerAmp. This is our product research tool. We'll be using this a ton today, show you how to source products with it. Capital One Shopping is another big one that a lot of people don't think about. We're going to be using it to find a bunch of coupons and cash back deals and that kind of stuff, and it's free. It's just a nice little Chrome extension. And then the other is just Top Cashback, basically a cashback portal. We're going to be able to get some extra free money thrown on top of our products just by buying through Top Cashback. And so let's just go ahead and get rolling, right? So hopefully you've got those tools set up. It's going to be like 40 bucks a month for all that right there. These two tools right there are free. And especially this time of year when I'm recording, we are in kind of the Black Friday season, right? So today I'm going to be doing some Cyber Monday sourcing. And with this sourcing method, basically all we need to do is go around until we find websites that are running some pretty good deals, right? So it looks like, for example, today our cashback on Rakuten, that's a different kind of cashback service. This is another one I like to just kind of compare, see which has the higher rates. Looks like we can get 10% back on everything that we buy today at JD Sports. If you're watching this video on release day, you're going to see a bunch of banners that look like this today. So you should definitely be taking advantage of the massive opportunity that we have today. It's literally the easiest day of the year to source on here on Cyber Monday. And so let's just go ahead and jump into it, right? So as I'm going through, I like to open up as many different websites as I can. If you've sourced products before, open up all of your favorite websites, see what kind of banners they got, and you're looking for stuff like this, right? So right here we can see 25% off select styles with Cyber 25. So I'm going to go ahead and click on shop now there, and we're just going to go ahead and jump into it, right? So let's go ahead and see how many profitable products we can find here today. I'm super excited to jump into it, right? So the first thing we want to do on these listings here is think about these products as though you're a consumer, right? Especially as I'm looking at some clothes and shoes, that kind of stuff right here. It's a very holiday friendly product. So especially these hoodies and shoes, think about the type of stuff that you probably want for Christmas. There might be one or more of those items is sitting right here waiting for you right now. And so you want to be sourcing those products that you want for Christmas, your friends are wanting for Christmas, because all those items are going to be way more expensive. They're going to be selling way faster over the next month or so, right? So as I'm looking in here, the other side of thinking like a consumer I need to kind of have in my back of mind is I need to be sourcing products that are more standard type products. They're going to be the faster sellers, right? So this all black hoodie is probably going to be selling faster than this pair of shoes right here with these kind of crazy colors, right? We'll go ahead and just dive into it and let's see if we're right. So let's go ahead and check out this listing. I'm just going to pop open these first four and just kind of show you what I'm looking at, show you kind of when to move on and when to kind of dive further in, right? So the first thing I like to do on these listings here, just to kind of highlight over my text there, and then I'll hit the SellerAmp Chrome extension. This is kind of the first application we'll use this for today. And what this is going to do is it's basically going to find the Amazon listings for us, especially if it's a more specific title, that kind of thing. You're going to have a lot of success with this. Since it's just like Air Force One, something I would do here probably is right click and then search image with Google. And then we can see if we can find an Amazon listing over here. Like I was saying, we want to think like a consumer. We want to be looking for the types of products that people are going to be buying on Amazon. In this case, it seems like it's maybe a more like specialty style. I want to go ahead and poke around here, see if any of these other ones are also on sale. But what I really like to take advantage of are these listings where we can stack a coupon on top of a discount, right? So it's down to $100 and we can put 25% on top of it. These more like standard versions, they're just straight up retail price. We can't get a coupon or anything like that. So probably go ahead and skip out on those. Let's go ahead and check these out, right? So right click, we're just going to search that with SellerAmp there. Let's make that a little bit bigger. And we're just going to go through the list here, right? So if you're a brand new seller, this is called manual sourcing, and it's going to feel very, very difficult at first, right? I will not sugarcoat the business for you. It's going to feel difficult. It's supposed to feel difficult. Making money on your own time, building wealth on your own time isn't supposed to be easy. Otherwise, everyone would be doing it, right? So we need to just start popping open these listings. We need to start understanding what are the best types of items in these brands that sell well, what are the styles that sell well, and is my pricing reasonable, basically. So I found these shoes over here. We want to look at the Amazon listing as well. Let's see. So we got, looks like some of these other ones on sale. It seems like maybe this maybe tannish color might be on sale. We could see just real quick if we have that. But the name of the game with sourcing products is looking through these items as fast as possible and getting through the duds as fast as possible. You're not trying to find winners. You're trying to develop ways that you can easily skip past products, right? So a couple things that help me skip past this product very, very quickly when I'm looking at this listing over here is the fact that the highest price on this listing is $40. And this is the highest price with a buy box. And I also don't see that version of my shoe with kind of the tannish stripes, right? So if the most expensive version of this shoe is $40 and I'm buying them for $30, even with that coupon, probably not going to be super profitable. $22, 23% ROI. It's not exactly where you want to be at with shoes. So that helps me really, really quickly skip over a listing like that. So let's go ahead ahead and move on here. Let's check this one out as well. So it seems like we can get some discount stacked on top of this as well. This could be maybe our first lead worth looking into as well. So we've got these wind runners. Let's check that out right there. I also like seeing if these different listings are the same products. So like something like these right here, I want to open up and see all possible listings that I could be selling this product on. And so like when I'm checking this item, I see this little gray strip or black strip right there. I don't see that little black strip on the arms of this one. And so it's probably a different item. This one, on the other hand, seems like it might be the same item. And so I want to check both of these listings. You never know when one listing is going to be not profitable and the other one is profitable, right? So let's see here. So this gray one seems like it might be a women's. Let's say men's up here in the top though. So I'm not too worried about that. Let's see. So we got these for 25% off. We can stack that discount code on top of them as well. So $109 basically. So 109. We can do our math in SellerAmp there times 0.75. So we're paying about $82 for these. And it seems like recently the sales rank has gone way down. It seems like probably this individual listing got merged with the big listing. That's why you see the sales rank dip so massively here. Basically just showing me how fast it's selling over time right down here on the Keep It chart. And it seems like probably got combined with a lot of the other sizes. And so a 12,000 sales rank is pretty good. In the past, this was either like just the grays or even just this, this 3XL, showing us how fast that sells. Something that's kind of weird about this though is the cut is a little odd. Like I think this is a women's cut. When I compare it to that, it looks a little bit different. So I'd probably go ahead and close that out. I think this is more realistically the listing we're looking at. And so let's go ahead and just compare this, right? So it seems like this size right away might be profitable. If we're buying these for about $82, I think it was, we're selling them right now for 146. That seems pretty good. I can also, quick trick I'll show you is if you click the Keep It chart right here, it'll show you the offer details. And so like this seller right here, this is actually a great example of an item that we could source today, sell it on Black Friday sales via merchant fulfillment, where basically we're just shipping straight to customers. Because we can see this guy right here, they are just kind of very naturally making some sales on the offers tab right there. A lot of times this data can be hard to rely on, but whenever you see it like really naturally kind of like trickling its way down there, that shows me that this item does actually sell. And just kind of over time showing me that, hey, when this guy's price was $146, his stock count is just naturally kind of decreasing, which shows me that the item's selling, right? So this seems pretty decent. Looks like he was selling a good chunk of them recently as well. So, going from like 35 or so down to like 13 in a couple weeks. So this isn't even like peak Q4 yet. You could probably buy, 20 to 30 jackets right here. And that's going to be over $30 profit on each one of these. The nice thing that I like about apparel and shoes, that kind of stuff, is once you find one lead, you've often found a lot more too. So let's go ahead and pop open. So it seems like the extra larges might be good on the smalls, extra smalls. Yeah. So if we're buying these for 82 right there, it's a little lower ROI. These are like 139 right now. You could still merchant fill these. You might have a little bit of returns that are going to kind of offset the overall profit that you get, especially in the apparel category. But if you are confident in this price kind of staying stable, you could pull the trigger. I probably wouldn't pull the trigger on this version just because you can see the price was basically hasn't changed since there was 2 sellers. Now there's basically 5 times as many sellers. And go into simple supply and demand. If supply is 5 times as much, demand is probably not going to be changing too much. The price has to go down, right? It just has to find that kind of new equilibrium. So let's see something like this. Similar story. The prices are still pretty high with the Christmas rush and all that kind of stuff. Maybe the price stays high. I like that first listing. Those other 2 seem a little bit riskier, but I really don't know how much money you'd end up losing on these just because you have such a good kind of profit. Because you're making $30 profit a unit on these, you'd probably be in decent money there. So those mediums looked really good. These other sizes here, you could maybe take a shot on, 10 or so on each one of those. And yeah, so that's a decent product kind of right there. So let's see what else we can find here. So again, thinking with our buyer's hats, these weird kind of pinkish shoes, I don't even know if I'd really want to check those. Let's see. So we can check these out. They're very unique, very yellow. But basically what I'm looking for over here is just one of these buttons that says Amazon so that it can take me to potentially the Amazon listing for them. I wasn't seeing it there right away. So let's just go ahead and keep moving on here. So we do have these, looks like we got these similar joggers we might be able to get. Let's see, these are not super discounted. We'd be paying like $100 for this. So a good rule of thumb that you're trying to keep in mind is, can I sell this item on Amazon for about twice what I'm paying for it? That's kind of the good rule of thumb we want to go by. And if you think you can, it's a good kind of thing to zero in on, right? So these shoes right here, if these are selling for, anywhere like 90 to $100 after our coupon, we're going to be in the money. That seems fairly reasonable to me. Something like this, looking at this, we'd be buying them for about $100. We'd have to sell them for 200 or so. And after I've been selling on Amazon for quite a while, I know that that's not super realistic. As you guys are just getting started on Amazon, that's the type of stuff you want to check. Start figuring out what is realistic in terms of pricing. So I'm probably going to go ahead and skip over something like that, but I will check these other ones here. So it seems like we've got a couple of them here. Let's see. Let's just see if they're a little bit overpriced. I think some of these are not quite as discounted as those hoodies, which is interesting. So let's see. So $60 right there, 120. We'd be getting them for 100 basically after that coupon there. 90, 100. So yeah, these probably don't seem like the difference in pricing there doesn't seem as dramatic. So let's see what else we can find. So we got these blazers here. These are $65 with a 25% code, which could be interesting. So let's go ahead and see if we can find these. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop open basically all potential listings. So it could be there, could be on this one. Basically just looking for any listing that has a shoe that looks like that one. And there's the boys listing. So yeah, it seems like we probably have them here. That could be those. Yeah, so it seems like a match to me. So let's figure out what price we're looking for. That's what I like to do, is just like beforehand, what is my kind of ideal price? So 65 times 0.75, we're paying about $49 for these. And what's as low as I'd want to go? So $95. That's interesting. Okay, so these are kind of a weird case. There's no FBA fees showing on these just because no one's ever tried to FBA that. So this tells me that maybe the size 5s aren't super popular. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to jump into the Keepa variations down here, and then I'm going to go ahead and filter out anything that's not this color, because it seems like this is the color we really have on sale here. I want to go ahead and filter down to just that color, right? So here's what we're working with. There's not a lot of ratings on these as well. There weren't any ratings on that last item when we saw sales though. So just because there's no ratings doesn't mean that it's not going to sell, especially during kind of Q4. You can be a little bit riskier with your items, especially in like giftable categories like shoes. And then let's just go ahead and zero in here. So I want to pop this one open. Those are like 110, these being 77, even though these FBA fees aren't showing. It wouldn't show on the Amazon calculator right now either. Just no one's ever sent this size 5 to Amazon, which is interesting. It's pretty rare to run into there. So $77 against 45, basically $50 is probably not going to be profitable. These that are in like the hundreds very well could be profitable though. So yeah, you can see like these do have FBA fees just because someone has sent them to FBA before. So $49. We're going to see how consistent that is. So it seems like a pretty fresh listing. Let's go ahead and click around here, see if we can see anybody making sales. Not a ton to go off of. We can check the data offers. Seems like maybe a sale there. Definitely a slower selling product. It is very, very high profit though. So on a listing that is going to get this much traffic, you're going to get over 4,000 sales a month to this listing. Even though this color isn't the popular one, once people are doing their Christmas shopping, it's not unreasonable to think that somebody might say, hey, I like those blues. They're not that much more expensive than, you know, the standard black and that kind of stuff. So the pricing is fairly reasonable, even if you go down to like $100. Yeah, $100, you're still making $25, a 25% profit. And that might actually be a good strategy on something like this. If you list it and it doesn't sell after a week, 2 weeks, especially during Christmas rush, maybe try like $100 and I bet it would sell. So that would be profitable. It's a little bit more like an experiment. On top of all these items, by the way, we are still getting that 10% cash back. Plus, if you use like a cashback credit card, like I use the Capital One Spark, which gets me 2% back on everything. So that's just kind of extra money in your pocket as well. Let's see. So again, a very, very fresh listing. We could end up making some money on that. It's just very, very new. It's hard to know for sure. So again, I want to check data offers. This is size 9s, like usually the most popular size for women's shoes. So you really gotta be onto something here. Yeah, 60% ROI. There's just not a lot of strong proof that they do sell. It's a little bit of a riskier buy, but I might pull the trigger on like 5 pairs of a couple of those different sizes there. Just a nice little thing to take a shot on, but only because it's so profitable would I take a shot on it. Typically, I'm going to be looking for about 40% ROI in especially women's shoes, maybe 45% ROI. So if you're higher than that, you're found a decently profitable product. It's worth checking out. If you're closer to like 30%, you really want to be strict with your products, especially in clothing after you worry about returns and all that kind of stuff. And you got to make sure you're still obviously bringing home some profit after it's all said and done. So let's go ahead and just keep popping some of these open here. I'm just going to start skipping around a little bit as well, just especially based on the items that I think might do well, right? So these kind of North Face things are a little bit more specialty. North Face is one of the brands that doesn't really like resellers. A quick resource I'll show you guys for that is the Seller Journal Greenlight. It's basically like a free IP database. It does something very similar to like IP Alert if you guys have that. If you do want to scale and grow, it's a good idea to have like an IP Alert. SellerAmp has an IP database built in as well. So we could go ahead and just say like, you know, North Face, and it's going to say, you know, they're well known for taking legal actions against unauthorized sellers, right? So if you're not buying directly from North Face, they might give you like an IP complaint or something like that. You are allowed to sell these products. You're not going to get in like legal trouble, that kind of thing. But if you were the brand owner, you might want to kick off some of the sellers who you don't really know anything about, right? You just want to make sure that your brand is well protected. So it's just kind of our job to make sure that we're selling only products that allow us as third-party sellers. So I'm going to pop open some more of these listings here, go a little bit faster. Specifically, what I'm looking for is basically items that have a discount, plus I can stack that coupon code. So if it says like Cyber 25 on these and there's a discount, so I pop those open, there's like 50% off plus a coupon basically. Let's see. So it seems like some sweatpants maybe we can get pretty cheap. They are like a weirder color, but that's a pretty decent price. Let's see. So joggers, those are not necessarily the most popular brand. Let's see if Crocs maybe we could sell. We've got some of these right here. Definitely a weirder looking shoe. And I may also go ahead and just filter down to just like whatever brand you want. So you can check out like Puma maybe, see if there's any kind of Pumas that we could check out. Let's check those out. Really, I'm just looking at the ones that have discount plus a coupon, and are like pretty standard black and white style. Like those are kind of a weirder looking shoe. These look a lot more reasonable that they'd be selling fast on Amazon, that kind of thing. Let's see. So all for one, those are $50. So those are discounted pretty well. Might check those out. Check those out. And then we could also pop open some of these, just like more Nike listings, that kind of thing. It's just a matter of getting used to certain brands that you have a lot of success with, brands that you're having fun sourcing. So like these are like all white, discount plus a coupon. We got these right here, all white. Let's see, blacks. Yeah, this could be decent as well. Let's just rip through those. That's a good amount for us to check out here. So on something like this, when there's a lot of different colors of the same shoe, I like to do an image search. If it is kind of a very unique product, I like to do the text search a little bit. So it seems like those might not have an Amazon listing. Price would also be decently high, just based on 130 discounted 25%. You're basically having to sell them for 200 or so. I want to check these out. I would be surprised if we find these, but just based on how much cheaper they are than normal, I wanted to check it out. I'll do another image search. Let's see. So eBay, a lot of Twitter listings, which is funny. So let's go ahead and hop out of those. I think we had a few of these colors over here that were on sale. Okay, so we've got some of these weirder colors, but I bet this is going to be a pretty fast selling listing just based on being a very kind of standard product. So let's see. So there's some joggers right there, maybe right there. I think those are like standard fit. So yeah, these are joggers. Let's see how many colors they have. There's definitely a lot of colors on here, which is good to see. Let's go variations. So we have jade on sale. We also have teal, maroon. All right, that gives us a couple things to go off of here. So let's do color. Okay, got that. Let's see jade. And then what was that last one? Let's see. It was teal. All right, so do we have teal on this listing? Teal right there. Maybe we have some teal right there. Mineral teal, is that the what they call it? So it's geode teal is what they call it over here. Jade ice. Interesting. Okay, so pop that out. Just in case they call it something different, I'll filter by like higher prices. Just gonna do a quick skim here. So a lot of reds. And that's that same one we saw. Okay, like I said, it's really a game of figuring out like when to stop looking, when to kind of keep digging in. Those are standard fit. They also only have some of the more like standard colors. So what we could also try is that. Let's grab that title and then let's search jade ice. See if there's a listing for any of these. So maybe not. Let's try geode teal. Okay, so probably not on any of these. Unless that's a little brighter than what we had. Yeah, so we do have some of these. I don't think the discount applied. Those were selling pretty profitably. One thing that I was already noticing on this listing we were looking at, this main, especially these like black and white, is that the prices are already kind of shooting up a little bit, which is pretty cool to see. And it'll probably stay like that through December. So what you want to do, especially if you are, waiting for a sale to come around, or you just want to be kind of alerted when you see an item that has a really high price during kind of the Christmas rush, that kind of thing. I'll go ahead and just zoom out here, find a good example. So something like this, right? So we can see like last Christmas, the price shot up to like $70, that kind of thing. Let's see, let's go to year. So yeah, like $70 right there last year. This year, the seller count's already dropping and we have way less sellers than we did last year. So it's reasonable that the price might be even higher, assuming that kind of the sales rank stays the same and all that. So what we'd want to do with this is add it to a Google Sheet. So with SellerAmp, you can just click like Christmas, and then we can go and just pop open that Google Sheet here. And it's going to just send that information about this product to our Google Sheet there. And then on Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales, all that kind of stuff, Christmas sales that keep going through December, you can just kind of refer back to that list and say, hey, I've got a huge list of items that go way up in price every Christmas. Let me compare it to the sales that I know are going on right now. And you probably find some decent products that way. The other thing you can do is, now that we found a product that we might be interested in buying, we can search like the opposite direction where we know the product that we would really want to be able to source. And then we can just kind of see if we can find it cheap enough, basically. So I'll do like an image search here. And then I noticed that they kind of were popping up on the side over here as well. So seems like these might be on sale at Shields for like $50. Probably not going to be low enough just based on the fact that a lot of these sweatpants were selling for like $70 or so. Let's see. So here's a very similar one. I think these are like oversized, which is a little bit different than what we had here. No option for the oversized either, but that's interesting. And so this also kind of leads me to another major benefit of doing this here. What you want to really get in the wormhole, right, is it's like, oh, I was sourcing off one sale. I found an entirely new sale with a whole bunch of new, 25% off stuff, right? So we can just kind of check out, see, just get a quick glance, like what is on this actual sale? Is there any kind of sale pricing that I can stack on top of some of this stuff? Is there like some standard? So let's see, like these. So these actually might be interesting. These are the same pants that we were just looking at, except we can get them for basically 25% off. And so what I want to do with that is head back over to this listing. So $83 is our highest. I think we'd be buying these for $45. So that would be profitable. And it also depends on what the pricing is during actual Q4, right? So it seems like this actual listing here might be profitable. I'm a little confused what size it is. Well, let's go variations here. We're looking for kind of the black and white there. So club fleece, open hem. So let's see. So these are like $70 right now. So 70 right there. So that wouldn't really be super interesting. Let's go there. So that's the mediums, which is interesting. Usually they're way cheaper. Right now they're 85. So they are profitable. Something like this is where you really want to merchant fulfill. You can buy an item that is way riskier, where it's usually a lot more, like on this item, it's way cheaper. Kind of the past with holiday demand and sales and all that kind of stuff, the price has shot way up. If you buy this item and list it merchant fulfilled, it's clear that this item is selling because of how much the price has shot up. Somebody who was selling it cheaply sold out. Enough people who are selling it cheaply sold out where it was able to sell for $83. So you could buy this and then sell it merchant fulfilled, probably make some decent money. I also want to see if we can find any of the other listings here. So let's go ahead and pop that open. So it's really just kind of going down these different paths you can end up on. Sometimes it's a lot more fruitful than other times, but during Black Friday sales and all that, it should be among the best times to be doing it. So these are, they go up to like $66 right now, 45, 66, probably not going to be much left there. The other thing you want to think about is FBM fees. So we could go ahead and pop down here. So like $66, we could probably ship those for like $5 or $6. So you are making money, but it's just really, there's not gonna be anything left after you cover returns and all that. Let's see. So these extra smalls are actually at 83 pretty consistently. Do we have the extra smalls? Damn, they're out of stock. Okay, so the extra smalls are profitable. So this is one of those things you can add to your list, right? So they're literally $95 right now. That is insane. Yeah, $26 every time they sell is what you're making. So I'm adding that to my Christmas list. And then, you know, every day when these new sales start popping up, I'm gonna just go ahead and do a quick check, see if they're back in stock somewhere. You can also, just for sake of time, I'm not gonna keep going down the rabbit hole, but you could see, hey, I found them for $45 here. Is there any other website that is selling them? Maybe can I price match? That's another really big one. You can compare back to this over here, where you might be able to kind of get it from a different website at the kind of the cost that you're really after. So let's see. I think we had pretty much any of these colors are also on sale, which is interesting. So let's see if we had maybe some different colors here could be interesting. So these dark gray, those look weird at the bottom. They're a little bit different, it seems like. So these navies are expensive. Let's see, more navies right there. So yeah, let's check out. Do we have the navies on this listing? Here's navy. I think these are like the tall versions. So XXL talls right there. Those look navy to me. Buying these for 45. So 45 right there. They're 83 currently. Pretty consistently, honestly. 82 in the past. Last December, they were a little cheaper last December, which is kind of interesting. Couple sellers on it. $83. Yes, it's been in like the 80 range for quite a while. This would be a decent like FBM product, just so you don't risk the prices going down or risk not selling during the kind of the peak of Q4. I would probably pick up like 10 of these probably. It's not a major home run, but it seems like they do actually sell. Again, right here, let's see. What are these? The large talls? Those might be out of stock. Yeah, the large talls are out of stock, unfortunately. These look even better than those XXL talls. Again, cheap last year, but they've been expensive this year. Yeah, they've been as expensive as like $95. You see right there, somebody made a sale. Right there, they're making sales. The other thing I like to see here is how much the new seller count is jumping up and down. If it's just going up, you don't really have any proof that the item is selling. The fact that it's going up and down as people kind of hop in and off the listing shows that this does actually sell, which is kind of good to see there. So yeah, that would be profitable. I would add that to my Christmas list as well here. We can see if we can find that back in stock at another time. So yeah, that's a nice little kind of rabbit hole there. We also just showed that there's a whole nother sale that we might want to look at. Start scrolling through here, do the exact same thing. Just for the sake of the video, I want to keep checking out some of these other JD Sports products as well. So let's see what we can find. So kids, Echo clogs. See, are the blacks on sale? We have these like camo guys. We've also got, okay, so it's just these like tannish ones. And then, was that the one we had? Let's see. Camo, maybe it seems maybe a little bit different. Is it? I think the pictures might just be lit a little bit differently. That looks pretty similar to me. Okay, so from here we would just want to check same thing we've been doing, right? So charcoal is our color. I'm gonna go down here to Keepa. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna type charcoal because I just want to see all the charcoals. I don't want to see all the other profit that I'm missing out on because JD Sports didn't put the other stuff on sale. So let's see, one little kids. So little kid right there. Okay, so maybe the little kids are different. So we had the big kids. Interesting. So 4 big kids. We do have 4 big kids in stock. Couple decent recent ratings boosts, which is good to see. Let's pop that open. So 4 big kid right there. Let's see, so $55, 30, 25% off, $22.50. Yes, these are profitable. Some people will say that Crocs IP complains. We've sold a little bit. I've never had too many issues with Crocs. Some people, I think it really depends on the listing you're on. So my kind of rule of thumb with those listings is like the smaller, weirder, like that kind of stuff. A lot of times those brands might not care about those listings as much as their big flagship listings. Like I'm pretty sure Crocs has the top selling listing in all of shoes. And I also don't see anyone getting just like booted off this listing where it's just a kind of a cliff in new seller count. Even though we've got several sellers there, we can also see this guy right here, a couple hundred feedback, making sales. That guy right there only has had 73 feedback. He's making sales. So it seems like maybe a decent product here. Based on the variations ratings boost, it seems like it does actually sell maybe decently well. 1 out of every 50 to 100, and that's being very generous, are actually going to leave a review. So every time these sell, it really kind of demonstrates that it's selling a lot more than the 5 recent ratings that it got. This is actually a decently quick selling variation if I had to guess. It's not going to be selling thousands of times a month, but I'd probably pick up another, 10 to 20 of those right there. So those are profitable as well. So let's just keep on rolling here. Maybe there's some other variations. You can dig through that on your own time, so you can find some profitable stuff there. But yeah, let's keep on hunting here. So I want to see, do we have all the different versions on sale? So we have a couple different types. So let's do this. See if there's an Amazon listing. Maybe not. I'm going to do the same thing with this other color here. And this is what I was talking about with like kind of the weirder it is, the less black and white standard type products it is, the less likely it is to be super good as a product. So yeah, I'm not seeing an Amazon listing there. Let's see, let's pop that open. And this is where I like using the SellerAmp search, just because it's such a specific name. You're going to be a lot more likely to get the correct listing pulled up. So that seems like it's right, but it's a 900K BSR for shoes. I'm usually going to try to stay under like 100K. This is 127. I do go to like 150, maybe even 200 sometimes if the profit is there. So let's see, lots of pretty much all the sizes in stock here. We do have Amazon in stock on this listing, but as we kind of check out the buy box rotation down here on SellerAmp, we can see that Amazon's 167%, but these other Amazon sellers are also getting a couple percentage of the buy box. So it shows me that third-party sellers can win some sales here. I would usually only take a shot on these if the profit's pretty good. So let's go ahead and see. So 40, we're going to get 25% off. So we're paying exactly 30 bucks for it. Right now they are like 62 bucks. If they sell for 60, we're making 12 bucks, about 40% ROI. It's right about where we want to be for shoes. I would love to not have to compete with Amazon on these, just because it does add a little extra layer of risk for us. So let's see. Go to here to filter by ratings. This can kind of roughly filter by like the faster sellers on these different listings. So let's see, these size 8s. Oh, those are the whites right there. So a lot of these are like 50 bucks. We don't really want those for 50 bucks. So the size 14s right there could be interesting. Let's check that out. They're selling for like 63. The 13s are what we're looking at for 63. And then, so these are like, they're 63 right now, but they've almost always been 45. And there's not very much kind of history of these selling, unlike that other listing where it's a really high sales rank listing. It's not unreasonable to take a risk on those like pants and stuff we were looking at. Wouldn't really take a risk on listings like this. So yeah, as we're mousing over, I see a lot of Amazon up on top on the buy box. We can also check and see, Amazon's getting, what's that, like 93% of the sales. Probably go ahead and skip something like that. So these 13s, Amazon does actually share sales on 60 bucks right here. Definitely on the riskier side. I wouldn't buy more than like 5 or 10 pairs of these. And if you're low on capital or beginner, that kind of thing, I'd probably skip those entirely. But it is something, at least close to thinking about buying. Let's see, so these cave-in sneakers here. Sales rank on these looks pretty good, actually. Let's see if there's any other listings for them. So maybe these right here. I bet what happened is these are the 2.0s. These are probably the 1.0s. And I think based on the title, we probably have the 1.0s. So what are we paying? 40. We're getting a 20, we get another 25% off. So we're paying 30 again here. We're looking for the ones with the black stripe, which are, let's see, figured they'd have them. Yeah, right there. Perfect. So sweet. So actually this first listing right here is profitable. So we might actually be onto something here. Let's check these out. What do they call this color? They call it white Puma. We can type in. I just like to pick like something that's specific to that one. So white dash Puma. And yeah, sweet. So this actually does have some decent ratings history. Down to like 50 bucks though. This one's got a couple recent ratings at 58. Let's check that one out. So that one's at like 50 usually. Basically only interested in the ones that have a decent history of selling for that like $58+ price point. Yeah, 58, we're making 35 ROI. 58 right there. Let's see. 50 bucks right there. Awesome. 58. So we can see like Shumo made a sale there. It's going to FBM sellers as well. So if you're wanting to source this during like Cyber Monday sales, merchant affiliate, that kind of thing, you are in the money. 30 bucks. Those are profitable. Maybe 5 or 10 pairs. Kind of a lower volume one as well. Let's see. So Amazon has trouble staying in stock on this guy. Buying them for 30 plus all our cashbacks and all that kind of stuff. Really makes it cheaper than that. We can check data offers. Yeah, so I'm seeing a couple people make some sales there. Probably another 5 or 10 pairs there, but 5 or 10 pairs is another 50 to 100 bucks in profit. Yeah, let's keep on moving on here. Kind of on a roll here. So one of the longer videos that we've done for sure. So if you guys liked videos like this, let me know. We can make some more. I also want to go ahead and mention, while this video is coming out today, we're currently doing our Black Friday sale on the FBA roadmap. This is our kind of flagship course. It's taught thousands of people how to build profitable online arbitrage businesses, and it's on sale by $100 right now. We only do one sale a year. We've built literally thousands of success stories. You can check it out at fieldsofprofit.com/FBA roadmap. It's also going to be down below. You can see we have a wall of testimonials testimonials. This is just like kind of the tip of the iceberg in terms of people that we've been able to help. You can kind of check out everything you get here. Basically, you're going to get Discord, you're going to get a ton of content, you're going to get negotiated prep center rates and sales tax free state, some templates, tons of free game for you guys, community, weekly Zoom calls, all that kind of stuff. And it's just a one-time fee. So if you want to take advantage of that Black Friday sale we got going on right now, I think you'll find tremendous value in it. If you don't, you join, you hate it, shoot me an email anytime within 2 weeks. I'll get your money back. I want to see everyone winning. And the idea behind the roadmap was to build the ideal resource that'll help you win. So go ahead and check that out. If you have not already hopped in the roadmap, let me know what you think about the roadmap down below as well if you're already in there. And yeah, let's just keep rolling here as well. So let's see what else we can find. So these shoes right here, pop this open here. Yeah, so let's check out some of these other listings. So definitely like a weirder one here. And by the way, guys, I was just talking about the roadmap sale. We have a ton of methods and sourcing strategies, that kind of stuff that we don't publicly share on YouTube as well. So if you want to kind of get more into the weeds and see that, it'll be a really good resource for you. So I didn't see those listed there. So let's pop this one. So $60, 25% sale. So these are $60 straight up on Amazon. So I'd be kind of surprised if we can find those, but it's worth checking. So 58 is our highest with a buy box. A lot of these are like 42. I bet those are not going to be super profitable. Let's see, 160, 25% off. I think we actually looked at these a bit ago with these like pink ones and stuff. Yeah, we checked those out. I'm actually interested. I don't think we looked at those white ones here. So let's go ahead and see if we can find them. I'll probably do an image search on these guys. Just see if we can pull anything up. Since they're like a 2023 model, sometimes you might not be able to find like the more recent, like updated products on Amazon. So maybe like a model or two behind in terms of what's listed on Amazon. So I don't think we have those. Let's see. So these are the women's Prestos, or so they're unisex. It looks like we got men's and women's sizing on these. So I want to go ahead and pop that open, but I also want to just do a search on Amazon. I believe that these are decent sellers. So Nike Presto, and I just want to see the faster seller. So there's the men's listing, there's a women's listing, and yeah, so it seems like a couple hundred feedback on those as well. So I think we're on the right track. So let's see. Looks like we found one of the listings, but it didn't find the men's listing. So that's good. We want to see both for sure. So currently going for like $95. We're getting them for 85 plus 25% off. So 85 times 0.75. We're paying 63 for them. We probably need to sell them for like 120, maybe 115. Yeah, 115 would be like the lowest I'd want to go. So let's check variations. And then I'm just going to filter by ratings count to see like the faster sellers, maybe even zoom out a little bit and see if any of these shoes were selling for 115 or so last year, or they're already back at it. So this right here, so these were jumping around. These are at 115 a couple months ago. I don't love that here. As recently as a couple weeks ago, these were at 121. So we'd be interested in that for sure. Last Christmas, these were at 115. Let's see if we got any of these white ones. Let's see. So these recently shot up to 125, which is interesting right there. Let's see, 60, $68, something like that. Definitely not. Do we have the all blacks on sale? Okay, so it's just the all whites on sale, which kind of stinks. A lot of those black and whites were going to be profitable, I think. So let's just go ahead and filter that down then, so we don't get disappointed again. Those could be interesting. Let's do white right there. And then, yeah, so $75. Recently, like 100. Those could be worth checking. These are at 130 right now. But let's check these out real quick. So $95 currently. What were we buying these for again? Yeah, 63. So they're 95 right now. I don't see them popping up in price too soon. Last December, they went completely out of stock. So it's like a riskier type item. If you're drowning in money, you might think about checking that listing out. Let's see though. These are at 100, which is interesting. 11s. Maybe check data offers. See if you got any action going on here. Sold 30 days, not seeing much. Zoom out. People can hide their stock, so it's not always like the end all be all that they're not selling if you don't see some sales on here. So the last thing I like to check is that variations, and I just want to filter down to this specific size. So it does actually have a recent bump. And what was the price when it had a bump? Like $90, $100, somewhere around there. Before buying them for 64. Yeah, probably not worth the risk in women's shoes. Again, if you got infinite money, you can take a shot, see what happens, but probably not worth the risk. These, on the other hand, size 9 women's. Check data offers. So somebody made a sale there. Yeah, so let's also check variations. Do we have any bumps on this one here? So no ratings. A little bit of action on the offers tab. I do see sellers going in and out of stock here. So somebody came in, they sold out. Somebody else came on, and then they sold out as well. So there are some sales going on here, and that's at $150 basically. If you come in here at like, I don't know, like 125. Let's see, 125. Buying them for 65 basically. That's kind of worth the risk to me. So you can pick up like 5 pairs of that right there. We got to close these out. Unfortunately, these black and white ones looked pretty good. So maybe there's some more stuff on the women's. I also want to check and see if we can do these whites on the main listing here. So we do have two of those platinum ones. So let's see, variations. Let's go ahead and pop open platinum. Perfect. So $90, 109 for these guys. What do we like these at 109? Let's see, 109. Buying them for like 65. Probably a little low for shoes, to be honest. I kind of think we do need that higher price point. Those are at like 180 right now. Okay, so the rest of them are like 95. See, 180. Seems like they went out of stock at 140 and then went out of stock again at 101 last December. Whenever you see the price doing this, where it's hopping all over the place and just rotating between a ton of sellers, you know that it's selling pretty well. It's like it's just trying to find a buyer. It's just trying to find somebody in stock who can actually get it to the customer on time. So I actually love seeing this pattern going on last December at an extremely profitable price point. We're already at $180. So you could probably pull the trigger on maybe 10 pairs of these. Yeah, so when I check something out like this, I think it'd be worth a buy just because the price point was going crazy last year. Is just trying to find a buyer. So I think that would be well worth looking into as well. Probably another 10 units or so. So honestly, finding some really, really good products here on the live sourcing here today. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this live sourcing breakdown here, sourcing a ton of Cyber Monday products. Go ahead and get after it. If you're watching this video the day it came out, there's tons of good stuff. It is sitting there waiting for you. Also, make sure you take advantage of that Black Friday sale on the FBA roadmap. That's going to only be available until tomorrow, Tuesday night. We're going to cut off that sale, and it's very unlikely that we'll run another coupon code. We'll probably even raise the price before we see another sale. So it'll be the cheapest you'll ever be able to join the roadmap again. Definitely hop in there. I'll see you on the calls. Come ask me some questions, and I'm happy to do anything I can to help you find that success. If you guys did get value out of this video and want to kind of share that value back with me, you can also hit the subscribe button, like, drop a comment. All that good stuff helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. But I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and I will see you next time.